you tell children who look to you and say they want to be like you, how can you inspire them to do the right thing as young kids? Because I don't know if you know, back in Indianapolis, it has become very much crime-ridden.
Yeah.
And that is unfortunately the top news story that I deliver to people's homes
Yeah.
every day. And it's unfortunate, but they're looking for some inspiration.
You know, it is, I always, when I was growing up, I never really, you know, did what everybody else did. I always kind of like had my own road that I wanted to travel, and so I remember there was a friend of mine, I'll leave him nameless, but there was a friend of mine that, you know, was telling me at the time that if I wanted to be as good of a guitar player as Jimi Hendrix, well, then I had to smoke weed. And if I don't smoke weed, then I'll never be good. I'll never be that good. And so that kind of was a challenge to me, and it kind of put me off, so I never smoked weed for that reason. And I just decided to kind of practice and learn how to play the guitar the best that I could. And so, although I would be around kids that were, you know, we started off smoking weed, they started smoking weed, and they were doing other things, I never joined in on that, because I kind of like felt like I had a goal. I had something that I wanted to do and something that I wanted to accomplish. And so I think that as hard as it is and hard as it can become, you have to kind of like in your own, you know, in your own mind, make up your mind about what you're going to be and who you're going to be and who you're not going to be. And if you keep at it for whatever your passion is, you just gotta keep at it. There were many times when I didn't think that it was ever going to happen. There were successes that I had, and you know, I mean, I started early, and I was in the group Man-Child, and I thought at that point, made it. We should be out of here for good, and things looked good for a second, and then all of a sudden they weren't so great, and that could have been a moment when I could have given up, you know, and just said, you know, this isn't for me. But I didn't know anything but to keep on going for it and to keep working hard at that, because I had that passion. And so in the beginning, you don't know everything. You can't know everything. So you have to, if there's something that you want to do, you have to study the people that are winning, those people that it's working for. So I listened to Stevie Wonder, I listened to Earth, Wind & Fire, I listened to James Taylor and Paul McCartney. I listened to things really closely and tried to figure out what it is they're doing, how they're writing the songs, and so that if ever the opportunity came to me, that I would be ready when that time happened. And that took a lot of years for me to, you know, kind of be in a position to actually become a songwriter, become even a better songwriter, and to become a producer, to become an artist. It's a constant thing. It's, you know, even to this day I work at it, and as an artist, even improving. If I'm doing a show, I don't always keep it the same. I always try to be the best that I can be. So I think that's it is something that drives you inside, and that you have to strive to be different. Don't do what everyone else does, especially if it's bad news.